We'll call this September 12th, 2018 Transportation Technical Coordinating Committee to order. We'll start with introductions.
Larry Cheney with KIPTA.
McNeil, KIPTA.
Jim Urban, Oldham County.
Matt Minier, City of Jeffersontown.
Ricky Bowles, Tri-Mark.
Sorry, Nancy Snow, Park and Regional Mobility Council.
Dirk Golan, Louisville Metro.
Craig Butler, Louisville Metro Air Pollution Control.
Tony Higdon, KYTC, Central Office.
Thomas Witt, KYTC, Central Office. Tom Hall, KYTC, District 5.
Bob Stein, United Consulting.
Heather Bennett, AECOM.
Mike Bill, Lockmuir Group. John Callahan, AECOM. Eric Rothermill, Federal Highway. Dave Lanham, Palmer.
Oh, Sarah Bear, KIPTA.
Andy Rush, KIPTA.
Elizabeth Park with KIPTA.
David Burton, KIPTA.
Amanda Dethridge with KIPTA. Ashley Tenius, KIPTA.
Okay. I'm Brittany Montgomery with the town clerk's cell. We will start meeting minutes from the August 8th meeting. Has everyone had a chance to take a look at it? Have any changes or corrections?
Motion approved.
I have a motion. Second. All those in favor? Great. Next up is the Transportation Policy Committee report. Larry?
Yes, ma'am. The Transportation Policy Committee met in this room following federal certification review last month in August. The first item on the agenda was the federal team providing us with some preliminary results from that certification review. We also had a quarterly review of our projects, dedicated funding in Kentucky and Indiana. We had a presentation of the participation plan review, the annual review of that document. We also looked at a new resource, the Bicycle and Pedestrian Resource Guide that KIPTA's put together. And we discussed amendments, and the TPC approved amendments to both the TIP and the plan, and we will have a little discussion about that shortly.
How did the certification review go?
It went very well, and thank you to all of you who participated, who talked to the federal team, who went on the tour. Everything went very well from our perspective, and hopefully in a little while, Mr. Rothermill's here, the head of the review team. Month or so, I guess, maybe we'll get the final results. Maybe longer.
Yeah, a little longer. I say they're supposed to have everything we need by today to review their sections, and then I'll have everything out by the end of the month, kind of written up to our internal folks, and then
Okay, sometime late October, maybe.
Thank you.
That concludes the report.
Thank you. Next, we have the public comment period. This is the opportunity for any public that's here that would like to speak to this committee. Is there anyone? All right, seeing none, we'll move on. Modification of previously proposed amendments. Nick?
Yes, thank you. I am bringing an item back to you this month that was on last month's agenda. It's related to amendments that we are making to both the 2035 or Horizon 2035 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, as well as an amendment 2 of the fiscal year 2018 to 21 Transportation Improvement Program. Just a little background on why I'm back here again. After the last meeting at TTCC, we followed up with Federal Highways, and it was determined that we needed to bring this amendment back, basically do a redo on how this amendment worked. And the key point was to incorporate the performance-based planning and programming requirements that the Federal Highways and USDOT established some years ago, but is now taking effect. So in order to amend our MTP and TIP, we also needed to amend it to include the performance-based planning, including the safety targets that you all recommended for TPC approval, which occurred back in May or April, earlier this year. So since last month's meeting, we have gone back out to the public, had another 15-day comment period, and included all the documentation that is in your packet here. And I just want to kind of go over what is in your packet just so everyone's clear.
And before we go any further, I misspoke. TPC did not approve the amendments. We discussed the status of the amendments at the last meeting. We didn't approve them.
Right, no action was taken last month at TPC related to these amendments. But I explained the situation to them, where we are and where we're going. So the first document is actually, it's titled Performance-Based Planning and Programming. I think it's 4 or 5 pages. This is the actual, what we consider our performance management plan. And this is being amended or added to both the Metropolitan Transportation Plan and the Transportation Improvement Program, the TIP. All of the tables, this includes both the MPO performance measures and the federal highway and FTA required performance measures. The only one that we've set in relation to the federal required ones is the safety targets. But we'll be bringing additional targets back to you guys in the next month or 2. In addition to the actual performance management plan, we have the minutes from the interagency consultation call. That's basically a call that we have, constant call we have with staff from Federal Highways, Kentucky and Indiana, Federal Transit Administration, EPA, as well as the state-related agencies for air quality and transportation. So we met with all of them to review all the projects that are included in this amendment. Again, it's an amendment that includes project changes as well as the performance-based planning narrative. And following that, we have basically everything that went out to the public, which was an explanation of what we're providing to them, project changes, and you'll see 2 tables towards the back. One for the Metropolitan Transportation Plan, and I'll get into the details of these projects here in a minute. So I just wanted to flag all of these documents for you because they're all part of this item. So these documents were taken out to the public. We got 15 days. We held an open meeting, open house meeting as well. In terms of the actual changes to projects that were made here, hopefully this isn't too complicated, but basically there are projects that are some being changed in the MTP itself, and then there are others that are only being changed in the TIP. And that often depends on whether that project is going to be funded or move forward in the next 4 to 5 years. So on the left-hand side here, I've highlighted a bunch of the projects that are changing in the MTP. As you can see, most of these are related to addressing pavement condition, so doing rehabilitation on our interstates, both the Watterson and 71. Additionally, we've got a turn lane that's being added to US 60 between Eastwood Cutoff and Rockcrest. And then there's one NDOT project that is what they call on-call pavement design services, where for small projects, they've got this kind of placeholder project where NDOT can use their consultants to do this kind of intermittent work. On the TIP side of things, I've kind of indicated lines here that correlate to the different projects that are also being changed in the MTP. So the first one you see there, add one project to address pavement condition. I didn't type out the project there because it's the same one that is seen on the number 3 under the MTP side of things here. The big project that's, there's 2 of them, 2 big, large dollar amounts for bridge painting on the Sherman-Minton Bridge. This is something we wanted to make sure we brought out to the public. It's in the news everywhere, whether it's costs or timing. This is a big project, as well as painting the I-64 expressway bridges. And then we have 2 new intersection reconstruction projects, one at Kentucky 22 and Goose Creek, and a second at Taylorsville and South Polk Lick. The majority of these projects are KYTC projects, or they are, there may be 1 or 2 for Louisville Metro, but the majority are KYTC, and they're all derived from the new 6-year highway plan that was approved earlier this year, I should say. And so this is one set of projects that we're taking at this month, and next month we'll be bringing another much larger group of new and modified projects that we'll be adding to our 2 plans. Any questions about projects that you see in the tables, anything related to the information on the screen before I kind of move on to our timing and our schedule? Okay. So here's the updated amendment schedule. All the dates in red are ones that have changed since we had to delay this action another month. So the public comment period there in the middle of the screen went from August 20th to September 4th, and we held our open house on the 28th of August. TPC comment period is ongoing right now. TPC has until the 25th to address anything that's related to the performance management plan or the project changes that we are amending to both documents. Next, in 2 weeks, we'll ask for TPC action, and then we'll send this on to Federal Highways, Federal Transit, and EPA for approval of these documents. So, without further ado, let me check all these off real quick. Here we are at TTCC today. So the actions that we're requesting today are twofold. The first is, and I think we need to take these one at a time. So the first one will be for the MTP. I'm asking for TTCC to recommend TPC approval of Amendment 9 to the Horizon 2035 Metropolitan Transportation Plan, including both the project changes and the performance-based planning and programming documentation that was included.
Okay. You've seen Nick's presentation and the requested action. Are there any questions, or can I have a motion? What do you guys want to do?
I make a motion to recommend TTC approve the Horizon 2035 MTP changes.
Okay. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so that passes. That's the second.
Second one is very similar. I'm asking you all to recommend TPC approval of Amendment 2 to the fiscal year 2018 to 2021 Transportation Improvement Program, including both the project changes and the performance-based planning and programming documentation.
Okay. Questions on that one? Or may I have a motion?
I make a motion, we amend the tip.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
You opposed? All right, you're approved.
That is all I have for you today.
All right,
Thanks.
you're welcome. I think that's all we have on our agenda. Any other business, Larry, that you have?
No, Miss Snow might want to.
Miss Snow would love to.
There you go.
Read my mind. The Regional Mobility Council Transportation Summit that I talked about last time, if y'all were here, it is Monday. The RSVP deadline was August 31st, but I will take anyone's RSVP today, and then I'm going back to the office and giving all the seat and food numbers. After that, you can come, but I might not be able to feed you, or you have to wait in line. But let me know. I've got the agenda if you want to see it. If you still have the online invitation, you can click on that and go to the website that gives the agenda. But I'd really like to know for anyone who's not RSVP that wants to tell me before you leave today. Thanks. Think you did? Okay. And if you're unsure, I'll take your name and double check and add it to the list. I mean, if you're unsure whether you are.
Any other business? Okay. Then I'll take a motion to adjourn. So move. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? All right. Quick meeting. Thank you.